With numbers like equations. Trench talk. When you jump up off the porch as a youngin' and start posting on the block with the junkies and get it bouncing.
Blessings to everybody out there today. Listen, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel right here, and just show the channel some love, man. But thank everybody for coming in today, and we're going to talk about it, man. They say the signs that you're about to win big in the lottery or just win big in scratch-offs or any games that you play. And some of the signs, we're going to go through it today, you know what I'm saying? Before I get into that, go down to my description boxes right now. I got some spiritual things that will help with manifesting lottery wins, more money, and things of that nature. Also, we also got a guru that's teaching lottery techniques on how to win big games, the pick threes, the pick fours, the little games that they're doing in the lottery. He got some strategies he would like to share. You can go down to my description box right now, click on the link, and find out all these strategies on how to win and the lottery games. But signs knowing that you know what I mean, could potentially having a big lottery win. And one of them they say is when you in the dream world, you know what I mean? When you see that vision of you purchasing your ticket or purchasing your scratch off ticket, and you see it in a dream and you scratch it off and you win that big money. It's a vision of something that's about to manifest in your reality. You know what I mean? They always say it be the dreams, then sometimes the angel numbers will come to you. You will see the 111, you will see the 777. These angel numbers are giving you warning signs that allow you to know that you have a big win awaiting for you. That's why I tell a lot of people to always keep their faith no matter what the situation is, because you never know the outcomes that may come to you. Think about Chris Paul in the finals, right? If you would have predicted that that team would have been in the finals, you couldn't have predicted, man. Like I told you before, winning and manifesting those wins and things of that nature, it comes from creating the thought in your mind already. You know what I mean? So definitely dreams, angel numbers. And I always say there's another thing that you know that you're about to win big. You get another sign. It'd be like, you could just be, let's say for instance, you having a conversation or something, and all of a sudden the news come on, the lottery thing come up there. Or you just on YouTube or somewhere, Google, and all of a sudden you just see lottery wins and stuff like that. It's just giving you signals that your opportunity and your chance is getting ready to come. You would begin to see all these signals begin to show you like, oh yeah, that mean go ahead and put your numbers in. Like, you know what I mean? I remember one time, right? I'm gonna give you a prime example. One time, I was playing a game, right? And I had stopped playing the game. I had a vision. And in the dream, it was telling me how you gonna manifest what you desire if you stop playing the game. So I was like, man, let me go buy a ticket. And then I bought this ticket, and I had hit all the joints on the ticket. Like, all the numbers came out. So I showed my coworkers. I'm doing security. I show my coworkers. I just hit the joint. I just whoop the whoop. They're like, how much you won? Whoop the whoop. I was so blown away that all the numbers was matching or whatever. And I showed my wife the ticket, and we went and turned the joint in. I was so excited. I put it on Facebook and all of that. I had put that ticket on Facebook where I hit all the numbers in that joint. You know what I mean? But like I told you, it's so many techniques that you go. But like I told you, in order for me to get to that step, it was a lot of steps I had to do to get to manifesting those things. You know what I mean? Your affirmations and things of that nature. But the signs came through the dream, though. You know what I mean? I had that dream, and it told me to go play. You know what I mean? I went to go play, and then I seen what happened after that. You know what I mean? I won. You know what I mean? And then I remember when I was staying spiritually connected and putting everything together. I remember I had a season where I was winning tickets. I had winning tickets like all the time. I would play my little pick three, play my little pick four, and I was winning like back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. And it's because I was so aligned. My energy was so aligned. You know what I mean? You know how like you lose faith in something and you just stop doing it. But me, I just kept, you know what I mean, putting on that, you know what I mean, doing my affirmation, stuff like that, and then just connected, and then I started to see wins and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I told you before, it come in the dream world, and then all of a sudden you will see an angel number, or all of a sudden, like you could just be talking to your people. You be talking basketball, all of a sudden the lottery coming, lottery winner, ooh, this some random story. You be like, what's that about? You know what I mean? Like, but it's all signs to show you that you about to eclipse something. You know what I mean? But you know how people is nowadays, man. They lose faith in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's how people is, man. They walk like Jesus telling you to walk on the water. You be like, man, Jesus, there's some sharks out here now. You know what I mean? You can't. People don't keep their faith. They just stop, bro. Like, oh, I'm done. They give up. You know what I mean? That's how they doing business. That's how they doing everything. I was always taught, man, let me take a bunch of butt whippers. I'm gonna get the press a little bit, but I'm gonna get back up and keep fighting. You know what I mean? That's how I was always taught. You know what I'm saying? But like I told you before, you will see the signs. They're gonna come to you once you in that alignment. That's why I told you I go down to the description box right now so y'all can see all the techniques and stuff that the guru got to tell you, and also some of the spiritual techniques you can use to manifest things and things of that nature. You know what I mean? But like I told you before, there are some of the signs that I notice, you know what I mean, when you playing the game and you taking it seriously, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it gets you a good victory. But yeah, man, I got a couple of videos I want y'all to see once y'all win this big money. Please get in the description and, you know what I mean, show your boy some love. But listen to this, man. I want to show y'all this other clip of videos of things you don't want to do once you get all this big money. You know me, if I get the big money, I'm investing in, like I said, I didn't want the smaller games like the Pick 3, the Pick 4, and stuff like that. But like I told you, before you win that big game, you really connected to that level like that, and don't give up. You know what I mean? You gotta have rules and regulations of what you're gonna do with your money. They always tell you don't just spend it off top and go buying all a bunch of jewelry. I ain't doing none of that. I don't give me one pair of shoes or Jordans I like. I don't gotta be spending a bunch of money on that, man. I want, you know what I mean, more, you know what I mean, to just build a foundation as far as business and stuff like that. But yeah, man, when you get that money, these are the things that you don't want to do, man. I'm gonna play this clip for you, man. I enjoy spending time with y'all. Y'all know y'all my favorite people in the world. You know what I'm saying? All my supporters out there. I love y'all dearly, man. You know what I'm saying? I send nothing but blessings and miracles your way. You feel what I'm saying? But that's just what I've seen with the lottery thing. You know what I mean? Y'all come down to the description, man, and check out some of the things that I provided for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can come take a look at it. But I think it's going to be useful for you, especially if you're a person that really play the game. We had a man in my I remember a while back when I used to work at the temp service, right? We had a guy there. He used to tell me about the games. I didn't know he used to play it. You know what I mean? Before I started playing, he used to always play a little Pick 3, Pick 4. And we did a little pool at the job and stuff like that. And we would all put in and play the Pick 4. And then we'll play sometimes we'll play the Powerball and stuff like that. Powerball Mega Million. But we'll do that, you know what I'm saying? The week, we all put in a little pool and stuff like that. And we all came together. You know what I mean? Work together. We split everything down the middle when we win and stuff like that. But yeah, man. You know what I mean? Just had a little fun, you know what I mean? We like enjoying life and having fun, you know what I mean? But he used to put me up on the lottery thing. Man, I got this number, man. It's going to be 777 this week. You know what I mean? Come on, man. They playing the double, you know what I mean? He always come to me with the numbers. We would put them in and play them, you know what I'm saying? And we had a good time with it, man. We had an amazing time with it. We love playing the games and doing our little pools at the jobs and stuff like that. We had a good time with it, man. We always have fun with it. We win some, we lose some, but we enjoy the experience of just playing the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I love spending time with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe button for me, man. This is a man to man. This is to my women out there, everybody out there that love to play the game, man. You know what I mean? You play the game to win, baby. You know what I'm saying? I got some things at the bottom of the description y'all can check out that can help you in your winning process. Because I already know y'all going to win big because I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put that into you. You know what I mean? Put that good energy in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. I love y'all, though, man. I ain't going to talk y'all to death, man. Check out these clips, man. And keep on rocking with the channel, man. But blessings to everybody out there, man. Much blessings, man. Thank you.
Play the lottery on a regular basis, hoping for a life-changing win. But even though winning a multi-million-dollar jackpot usually changes people's lives quite a bit, it isn't always in the way they expected. While some winners manage to make the best of their windfall, others end up in dire straits. So stay tuned as we check in on 10 Powerball winners to see where they are today. Raymond Buxton had been playing the lottery for about 2 decades when he finally got lucky in 2014. He bought 2 Powerball Quick Pick tickets and ended up winning the jackpot of $425 million, which was not only the biggest jackpot in California, but also one of the biggest wins in the history of the US. Buxton opted for the lump sum payoff of $242.2 million before taxes for his Powerball jackpot and stated that he wanted to maintain his privacy. While he didn't reveal any personal details, he did explain that he waited a couple of months to come forward and claim his win because he wanted a team of lawyers and financial advisors behind him to help him manage his incredible fortune and deal with everything that goes with suddenly becoming a multi-millionaire. Buxton decided to put most of his winnings towards charity, saying that he was looking forward to his new job setting up a charitable foundation focused on the areas of pediatric health, child hunger, and education. Back in February 2015, Mary Holmes won 1/3 of the $564.1 million Powerball jackpot, and the lump sum she took home was about $127 million before taxes. The lottery winner, who used to work at supermarkets and fast food joints to support her children, one of which had cerebral palsy, planned to spend a lot of the money on her kids, but also stated that she wanted to finish college, support charities, and buy her own family as well as her mom new houses. In addition to that, the lucky jackpot winner donated 10% of her winnings to Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church, which after taxes amounted to about $1.5 million, the largest ever donation made to a church from a lottery win. While most people would have been very grateful to receive that much money, the pastor of this church had a slightly different reaction to the donation. He actually decided to sue Mary Holmes for more money, claiming that she had pledged to donate up to $10 million to his church. The lottery winner also spent several millions of dollars on bailing her boyfriend out of jail repeatedly, something which she probably regretted later on, as he reportedly took her money to give it to other women in exchange for sexual favors. But while her private life may have been a mess, Mary Holmes did successfully help others in need and is still doing so through her foundation. She made an initial investment of $9.7 million in the foundation, and much of this money has gone to help underprivileged children. After Cynthia P. Stafford's brother was killed by a drunk driver, she took in his 5 children and raised them as a single mother while helping out her father financially as well. As you can imagine, money was tight, so the family of 6 was living in a house of just 1,000 square feet and struggling to pay the bills. That's why Stafford started dreaming of winning the lottery, and not just any lottery either, but actually a $112 million jackpot. And in January of 2007, that is exactly what she did. The number 112 million had popped into her head 3 years earlier, and after that she had started focusing on winning that amount. According to Stafford, she actually wrote the number on a note and slept with it under her pillow, meditated on winning a $112 million jackpot, and also visualized how it would feel once she won. In an amazing and inexplicable stroke of luck, 3 years later, the single mother of 5 won a life-changing Powerball jackpot, which was the exact jackpot she had dreamed of winning for all those years. Stafford had been buying tickets just a couple of times a month and always picked whichever numbers came into her head at the moment. She attributes her prize, which allowed her to not only solve her family's financial problems, but also start a film company to fulfill her dream, to the law of attraction as well as prayer. In 2008, 19-year-old construction worker Jonathan Vargas became one of the youngest lottery winners ever when he won the $35.3 million Powerball jackpot. Being a loving son, the first thing he did was buy his mom a brand new house. However, he also showed that he was still a teenager when he decided to fulfill his dream and create his own wrestling TV show called WrestleLicious Takedown. The show featured scantily dressed women and sketch comedy, but apparently that wasn't enough to make it successful. The show was canceled after just 1 season and reportedly left Vargas bankrupt. Les Robbins was a high school teacher who cared very much about the kids he was teaching and often thought it was a shame that kids today usually don't grow up doing the kinds of activities he himself had enjoyed as a child, like going to camp, swimming, playing sports, or exploring the outdoors. So when he was lucky enough to win a $111 million Powerball jackpot, Robbins decided to use the money to create a camp of his own and bring some of the joys of his childhood to other children. The teacher founded Camp Winnegator amphitheater on 226 acres that he bought with his lottery money. The camp operated for over a decade and gave parents the opportunity to send their children to camp at a low cost, so they could spend their summer in a place where they could horseback ride, craft, swim, and play on the lake. And this way, the kids also had a chance to disconnect from video games and cell phones and get in touch with nature and their real-life friends. After Gloria Mackenzie had been the record holder for the largest jackpot ever won by just one person for about 4 years, Mavis L. Wanziak of Chicopee, Massachusetts, set a new record when she claimed the winning ticket for the $758.7 million Powerball jackpot in August of 2017. She was the only one to beat the odds of one. And having it land on heads 28 times in a row, according to mathematician Professor Cornelius Nealon, and decided to take home the cash lump sum of a whopping $480.5 million before taxes. Mavis had only found out that she had won because a friend had noted the winning numbers, and when she realized she had won, she was so shocked that she couldn't do anything, and the friend made her sign the ticket to ensure that it couldn't be stolen. The friend also made sure she got home safely, where Mavis spent the first night as a lottery jackpot winner hiding in her bed. Once she had wrapped her head around her new reality, she decided to call up her employer at Mercy Medical Center, where she had worked for 32 years, and quit her job as a nurse, retiring early, while the store where Mavis had bought the winning ticket, and which therefore earned the commission from the winning number, generously donated all the money they received to charity. David Lee Edwards was a convicted felon when he won $27 million in the Kentucky Powerball back in 2001, and he quickly went on an insane shopping spree, buying multiple cars, a house, a medieval armor and weapons collection, a private jet, racing horses that kept losing, and a Hummer golf cart for his daughter, among other things. Within 1 year, Edwards had spent roughly $12 million and contracted hepatitis from repeated drug abuse. By 2006, all of his lottery winnings were gone. His wife had left him because he was broke, and he was forced to sell all of his belongings. Edwards ended up living in a storage unit where he died alone, surrounded by his own feces, owing thousands of dollars just 12 years after winning $27 million in the Powerball. The world's largest jackpot in cash value and annuity was drawn on January 13th, 2016, according to CNN Money, and there were 3 winning tickets for history's biggest prize of an amazing $1.586 billion in the Powerball lottery. The winners were John and Lisa Robinson in Tennessee, Maureen Smith and David Kalschmidt in Florida, and Marvin and May Acosta in California, who all had the option of receiving roughly $533 million before taxes as an annuity, or $327.8 million as the lump sum payment, and all went for the ever-popular one-time payment. The Robinsons from Tennessee had bought their winning ticket as one of 4 they bought at a grocery store, and then opted for the lump sum, saying, "We're not guaranteed tomorrow." Smith and Kaltschmidt from Florida told NBC that they were planning to get massages, upgrade their truck, and retire with their newfound wealth, while the Acostas remained anonymous for months after winning, and also took a full 6 months to claim their $327.8 million lump sum. They chose to do the smart thing and lawyer up, consult financial advisors, and generally wrap their heads around the incredible amount of money they had won before picking up the check. However, the couple eventually released a statement saying they were thankful for the rare gift that has been placed in our care. When Paul and Sue Rosnow won a Powerball jackpot of $181.2 million from a drawing in 2008, they immediately knew exactly what they wanted to do with all the money. The couple had bought their winning ticket on the day of the 5th anniversary of their oldest granddaughter Michaela's death from a rare and incurable disease. In fact, crab disease is so rare that only 1 out of about 100,000 newborns are affected, which means that it is too rare to receive the kind of funding that many more common diseases do. It is a devastating degenerative illness that attacks the lining of the nerves and usually results in death within the first 2 years. But the Powerball winners decided to use their jackpot money to fight the disease that had killed their beloved granddaughter. Paul and Sue Rosnow founded the Legacy of Angels to not only increase awareness of crab disease as well as cystic fibrosis, another disease that was discovered in their family, but also to help fund promising research into treatment and possible cures. When Brad Duke won $220 million in 2005, he was already a successful businessman and director of Gold's Gyms in Idaho. After electing for the lump sum and paying the necessary taxes, Duke received $86 million, but decided to keep his job and work towards the slightly lofty goal of becoming a billionaire. Initially, Duke was planning to achieve billionaire status within 3 years, but his advisors steered him towards planning to reach his goal within 15 years instead. The 15 years are up this year, and even though Duke still hasn't achieved his goal, he has more than doubled his net worth since winning the lottery and has stated that he is rather content with his current financial situation and is looking at achieving billionaire status as more of a lifelong journey these days. Thank you for checking.
It was all smiles after Barb Reddick and her nephew Tyrone McGinnis picked up their big win, $1.2 million Chase the Ace jackpot. But it didn't take long for things to turn sour when both were handed separate checks for $600,000.
Chase the Ace winners is going to court. I'm taking him to court. It was my ticket.
Why is that?
Because I bought the ticket. And now he's trying to lie and say I said split. I said split with the 50-50, not with no Chase the Ace. I'm taking him to court. I'm getting my lawyer tomorrow.
Both names were on the winning ticket. Reddick says she only agreed to split the consolation prize and not the jackpot if the ace was drawn.
I put his name on the thing. I told him for good luck. Now he's lying. But I'm taking it to court. I'm serious. I'm getting a lawyer tomorrow.
Whose name was on the ticket?
Me and Tyrone.
You and Tyrone's ticket?
I put his name on the ticket for good luck.
Why did you do that?
Because he's like a son to me. He was.
Organizers say both names were on the winning ticket, but the phone number was McGinnis's. Bernice Curley says when she called to notify the winners, no one answered. So she called the Gaming Commission the next day.
I thought for simplicity reason that maybe if I wrote them each a check, it'd be easier. They were perfectly fine with that. They thought that would be easier for everybody involved. So I split the check evenly and wrote them each a check.
The McGinnis family says Tyrone drove to Marguerite, filled out the ticket, and put his telephone number on it. But his aunt says she put her nephew's name on the ticket only for good luck.
Yeah, he was lucky, but not for $500,000.
You don't think he deserves it?
No, I don't think so.
Both families of the winning ticket left Marguerite in separate vehicles, and the next time they'll see each other could be in court. Gary Mansfield, CBC News, Marguerite.
Tonight we can tell you the chase is finally over. A family feud and legal battle over a $1.2 million Chase the Ace jackpot has been settled. CTV's Kyle Moore tonight with more on how a woman and her nephew have agreed to split the prize.
57-year-old Barbara Reddick and her nephew, 19-year-old Tyrone McGinnis, arrived separately at the Port Hawkesbury Courthouse this morning. But after 5 hours of meeting behind closed doors together, the two came to a mutual agreement.
The terms being that of the $611,319.50 at issue, Mr. McGinnis will receive $350,000 and Ms. Reddick will receive $261,319.50.
Bringing Reddick's total winnings to more than $800,000.
I'm taking him to court. I'm getting my lawyer tomorrow.
The mood much different more than 2 months ago when Reddick and McGinnis arrived to collect the more than $1.2 million Marguerite Chase the Ace jackpot.
I put his name on the ticket for good luck.
Why did you do that?
Because he's like a son to me. He was.
Reddick claimed she gave McGinnis money to buy tickets, but says there was never any agreement to split the big prize. When they were given separate checks, the lawsuit was on. But today those feelings changed, according to Reddick's lawyer.
They are both satisfied with the terms of the settlement. It was reached mutually in order to avoid further court proceedings and to bring this matter to a final conclusion.
Last month, Nova Scotia Supreme Court Justice Patrick Murray decided to freeze McGuinness's share of the winnings and instead offered a date for mediation. After some discussion, both parties agreed. How they came to the agreement today is unclear. Both lawyers didn't take any questions from media, only offering a joint statement.
Both parties are looking forward to putting this matter behind them, and there'll be no further media comments made.
A quiet end to a family feud that attracted national attention. And Steve, both Barb Reddick and Tyrone McGuinness declined comment this afternoon. They both left their separate ways, so it's unclear at this point how their relationship will be moving forward. Steve.
But we do know how they're divvying up the pot. It's been quite a story. Thanks, Kyle.
Have you seen this? This is crazy. Coolest car of 2020? All right, look at this. This is the Lambo V12 Vision Gran Turismo. This is the Lambo V12 Vision Gran Turismo, and look at these lights on the back. You've got the signature Y line here, and how cool are these tailpipes? You can see them go all the way in to the naturally aspirated V12, but it also has this, a super capacitor, just like in the Sian, the road car. This is a concept car, and look how cool this is right here. Look at the digital display. How cool is that? Okay, and you've got your driver here. This driver just has a head. It's just a head. Come around the front here, guys. This, to me, is the best view. Look how the fenders are separated from the body. Look at all of the, oh my goodness, they're just like, oh, pieces everywhere. Look how low it is here to the ground. Carbon fiber front lip. And you have special racing suspension here. Loving these rims with the rose gold accents. And look how the side here is just floating. This is where the benzina goes, so the petrol in here. And you've got 63 because this celebrates its Lamborghini was founded.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit that like button. And when you hit that notification bell, it will always let you know every time that I upload new content.